Recently I came out with a video saying I'm going to give up my home base and slow travel around. Well, something changed when I got back to Thailand, and more than ever, it just really feels like home for me, more than any place that I've lived. Philippines, Vietnam, even Kenya. And I've decided, you know what? I think I am going to just make this my permanent home, at least for now. And I'm going to go long term. That includes visa, in even a new condo. This lease will be ending within a few months. And I'm going to explain a little bit about what I love so much about Thailand, some of the things that I don't love so much, and why I'm moving from this particular condo. Stick around for today's video. Got these plans stuck in my head. Southeast Asia calling me instead. Bangkok nights and Bali shores. Sick of dreaming, want something more. Pack your bags, don't hesitate. All right, guys. So listen, long-term travel really sounds amazing. But when I got back to Thailand and I had my Thai phone number already in place, I already had Grab on my phone, everything was familiar. And then I went back to my condo, opened the door, and there's home. And I walked in, and it's like I had this feeling of like, wow, this just feels really good to come back to a place that really is home and not just living out of your backpack like what I did for the last 3.5 months in Kenya. But I got back and I started getting back into my routine, go with my buddies to go listen to live music, to go to the golf driving range on the weekends, going out and making videos, going back into the gym on a regular basis, going for my morning walks, my morning cappuccinos, and everything just really felt good to be like in your home. And then I've also started dating a very nice girl from Laos. I'll do another video about that at some point. I won't go too much more into that. But it just all felt really familiar and really comfortable. And I started thinking, you know what? I think for now, I really would like to just stay here for a while. And therefore, I am going to have to go ahead and get into a long-term visa here. But again, the long-term travel, it sounds amazing. It does. And for a while, it can be. And I still plan on traveling a lot. I will never probably go out. I can't say I'll never, but I won't go out and be gone 3.5 months at a time. I really kind of feel like I want that stability a little bit more. I want to kind of settle into place. I will definitely still travel a lot. I've got a trip. Going to Pattaya next week. I'm going back to the U.S. end of May, and then we'll see what else comes up in the near future. But yeah, the stability just sounds really enticing right now. The comfort of having a home. And so, yeah, I do need to go onto a long-term visa. I thought about different visas here. Really, there's just a few options. You can play the tourist visa game, and eventually your luck's going to run out on that. And I have decided on the retirement visa. I qualify. I'm over 50. I'm going to make the plunge and put the 800,000 baht into the bank. Already did all the paperwork. Monday I go to open up my bank account, and in a couple weeks I'll have the visa. And if there's interest in it, then yes, I will make a video explaining the whole process if you want me to. I'll see how much interest. Just comment down below if you want to see that video. But yeah, the constant moving gets exhausting. Packing, unpacking, throwing stuff in a bag, having to buy some more stuff. Like in Kenya, I had to leave a big chunk of things, towels, some dishes, spices, some extra clothes, an extra pair of shoes that I ended up needing, and no room in the bag going back because I always do the carry-on. No routine, hard to build any kind of community. I met lots of people that I hung out with in Nairobi, but they're there and they're gone. They're just there. They're like me. They're on vacation. And the people, I didn't really meet a whole lot of people that were living there. A couple, but, they had their own busy lives. And here, I've got a great community of friends
And of course, you can date. In Kenya, you know, you tell them, oh, I'm only going to be here a few months. And then anything that could have been long-term starts to feel more transactional because they know you're not around forever. Now here, a bit of a different story. I'm not saying there's not transactional relationships. There are. But again, a relationship video in another video. But it's also a little bit mentally draining. I feel like I'm constantly resetting, going from this place to this new neighborhood and over here and there. And it just feels good to kind of be home. And like I said, I just really got into the routine and hanging out with friends and dating this one girl that I met, super nice girl. And so, yeah, I'm going for the retirement visa. And listen, the reason why Thailand for me is a few factors. It's the adventure. I feel like there's always something to do in Thailand. There's a lot of great destinations, Phuket and Krabi and different islands. And not to say there's not that in the Philippines too, but in particular here, there's just so much unexplored. For me, Philippines, I feel like I kind of been there, done that. But the convenience of walking out of your condo and the whole neighborhood here of grocery stores, gyms, a golf driving range, live music, pubs, and just restaurants and street food all over. It's fantastic. Health food stores, movie theaters. I mean, everything you want, and that's just in my neighborhood. I don't even have to leave my neighborhood. Don't even have to get onto the BTS or grab a taxi or anything. And it's affordable. Bangkok gives me a lower cost of living than the Philippines. Now, I always tell people, Bangkok in particular, you can live down here and you can live an extravagant lifestyle. It's up to you, and it depends on your budget on how you live, but you don't have to live extravagant, and you can still live very nicely at a lower rate with better quality infrastructure, better quality condos. And I've never had a brownout, no internet outages, no electric outages, no water outages, nothing. In the entire 8 months that I've been here, none of that. But it's a modern lifestyle and it's great infrastructure. And those are some of the reasons that I still stand by living here in Thailand. So that's why I choose it. In Bangkok, again, because I do like to travel and I do like the city. I like all the things there are to do. The dating's easier. The English is better here in Bangkok. And I kind of like condo living, to be honest. Now, at some point, I may get bored of this and I may want to go off and live in Phuket or in Jomtien. I don't know. But for now, this fits the bill. And I think dating is also a lot better in Bangkok for people because you'll find more English-speaking girls, and you find girls from all over the place. Myanmar, Laos, Philippines, all working here in Bangkok. So you don't have to just date Thai. There's other nationalities that you can date as well. And on the financial side, this is just a better lifestyle than the US, financially speaking, and dating and everything else. Better quality of life for the money, for sure. Thailand feels easy to live in, for me. Philippines, it felt like a little bit of a struggle. There was always something happening. It was always a little bump in the road. And here, really no hiccups for me. The visa situation is probably the only thing. And that was because I was still on a tourist visa. And again, like I said, I'm switching to the retirement. Already pretty much did the paperwork, wired the money all to Wise, and Monday I'll open it up and deposit the money and be good to go. But, you know, I got the visa. A lot of people say, well, why don't you, if you're doing so much travel, you could just keep doing the tourist thing. I could, but it's not stable. And I really want that stability. The DTV visa, I just don't trust completely. If you're taking Thai lessons, they can test you on your Thai. Sure, you can take the Muay Thai lessons. You could do if you have the income, making your online income, you could do that as well. But I don't completely trust the DTV, and I have a feeling that Thailand might be changing it again. They're already saying we're going to move from the 60 days to the 30 days. That's already pretty much a given. They haven't done it yet, but I think it's coming really soon, and I think there are going to be some other changes as well. And, to have a bank and an easier life setup, then I can do the QR codes and all that scanning here. A lot of things you can't, like, if, for example, like if I want to reserve a bay at the driving range for golf, they require to make a payment by scanning. Now, if I want to go down to the vending machine and purchase like water, I don't want to go to the store, you need to scan. It's got the QR code thing. So, the retirement visa just makes sense. With the DTV, the tourist visa, you can't get a bank account. And, at 54, I meet that age qualification now. I guess I might as well take advantage of being over 50, and that's one of the advantages. And getting this retirement visa makes me feel more like I'm not just traveling to and from Thailand anymore. I'm actually building life here. And the condo I have here, I really like. I'm actually very happy. And the price, I got it for 17.5 baht, which is about 550 USD per month, less depending on the exchange rate. But there were some key things that I don't like. I'll show you as we're talking here. So walking in, I think most of you have seen the condo tour, but if you haven't, here is my living room with the little dining area, which I never use. Excuse the mess. I do have a little L-shaped sofa, which works nicely. And this is the living room and the bathroom. And then we go over here into my little kitchen. And then we walk out into the balcony with the washing machine and into the bedroom. Nice big bed, big storage area. I got a little office set up there. Could put another TV in here, but I don't watch TV in the bedroom. And a great view, especially at night. And it actually goes, and there's the SkyTrain you can see coming along. And so the BTS is right near my condo, which is perfect. Now, there are a few things that I don't like about the condo that I will fix on my next condo that I get. One is the small balcony, and I want a little bit more outdoor space where I can maybe put a table and a chair, where I could even do some filming, maybe just sit down with a cup of coffee late at night or a cup of tea and see all the lights. And I don't want the washing machine out there. This is kind of a expat condo frustration. Most of the modern condos here now have the washing machine underneath like the kitchen counter. It's just kind of built in, and it just makes everything kind of fit nicely and gives you a little bit more space. It's a better usage of space. And the other thing is I am a big movie and TV series lover. I love my movies. I love my TV series. I don't sit there and watch TV all day. The TV for me doesn't even go on during the morning, afternoon. It is an evening thing I do to chill and unwind after I've hung out with friends, played golf, done editing, go on dates, things like that. But I want a bigger TV, and as you can see, there is no space there for the TV. And spending more time at home means I want a little bit more comfort and a little bit of a nicer entertainment setup. And the other thing is a bathtub instead of a walk-in shower. Now, just for practicality, it's just so much easier just to be able to walk into the shower instead of stepping over. And also, it's easier cleaning, much easier to clean a shower. And I don't use the bathtub. And so it's just kind of wasted. And it's also more like a modern feel. The bathtub feels a little outdated for me. And I don't ever have a desire to take a bath. I mean, it's hot enough here in Thailand that I don't want to take a hot bath. And even, if you're an expat and you're getting older, I'm not at that point, but if you were an older expat, you don't want to be stepping in and out of a slippery bathtub. Probably not a great idea anyway. So when you stop living like a tourist and start living somewhere long term, these little things start to matter a little bit more, where I really didn't pay so much attention to it. But now that I've decided, okay, I'm going to be here long term, then I want my setup the way I want my setup. And I'll be willing to pay more than what I'm currently paying. I do want to stick to around the same area, the Ekamai, Phra Kanang area, which I like a lot. And so those are the areas that I like. So I got a few months left of this lease. I haven't even really started looking. I know the exact area of where I'm looking. I know there's about 10 to 15 choices of places right in that area that I want to be at. And so I know I will find one. Again, I probably will have to pay more, which is okay, since I'm going to be doing this more long term. But I want the bigger balcony without a washing machine on it. I want the washing machine tucked away nicely, like under the kitchen counter, which is about 99% of the time is where I have seen them in Bangkok when you look at a condo. Maybe a larger living area where the dining room is just not right there. A proper walk-in shower, a better layout altogether, and a more comfortable long-term setup is what I'm looking for. And I have no problem probably even signing a year to even a 2-year lease if it's exactly what I want. But this condo definitely helped me figure out my priorities. It has been great. I could continue to live here and be happy, no problem. But I'm going to be here long term, so I want to get what I want. No regrets of renting this. It was just kind of part of the process. You know, you kind of, your first condo, you move here, you kind of want to get out of the hotels and get into your permanent place. And so sometimes that feels a little more rushed. Now I'll have a few months to kind of slowly take my time and find the right unit. So I came to Southeast Asia looking for freedom. But what I eventually realized is freedom is not always constantly moving. Sometimes life is just finding a place where life feels easier, calmer, and more enjoyable for me. And for me, Thailand has become that place, in particular Bangkok. So let me know down in the comments, could you see yourself living here in Thailand? Do you prefer a permanent base or a full nomad style? And again, guys, I appreciate you watching. And actually tonight I'm gonna go listen to live music. My cousin and his wife are in town visiting. I get to hang out with my cousin here in Bangkok. Crazy enough, it is my first family member that I have had visit me. They didn't come in particular to visit just me, but they came to Thailand for a vacation. But it's the first time I've actually met up with a family member here in Southeast Asia. So it's been really cool to have someone here on my turf and be able to show them around. And my goal, because my oldest son right now is kind of in between jobs, and I told him, I said, just hold off. So when I go back at the end of May, I would love to bring my eldest son back here to hang out. At least, you know, he won't live here, but to do a couple months on the tourist visa, just hang out and see, you know, what life is like over here in Southeast Asia. Maybe it'll be something he'll want to shoot for as he gets older, you know, maybe life overseas. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.
Got these plans stuck in my head. Southeast Asia calling me instead. Bangkok nights in Bali shores. Sick of dreaming, want something more. Pack your bags, don't hesitate. Gio, let's go before it's too late. Time keeps slipping away from us, keep living.